ready?
Let's just say 8.
Oh, so 6.
Oh, 6.
Okay. Call to order the Parks and Rec Service Resolution.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Sherry.
Here.
Daniel.
Here.
Theo.
Here.
You guys have anything for Parks and Rec?
Yeah, I got a couple things. So, we were talking about setting a date for Fun in the Sun. Is August 8th still okay with everyone?
I wanted to bring that up as well. I just wonder, do we want to go back to a Fall Fest?
Now, see, when you said Fall Fest, I was thinking, I said it to somebody, I was like, oh, I couldn't wait to do that one. It was the Fireman Truck Festival, is that what it was, Dave? That was
years
in
ago.
behind the
That
post
was the
office?
Fireman's Carnival.
Okay,
Yeah.
see, that's
That
what
was
you said, well,
run-
that's what I thought Fall, I don't ever remember Fall Fest.
Yeah,
Yeah, you helped right over here. Your husband judged the ribs.
I thought that was Fun in the Sun.
No, it was Fall Fest. Fun in the Sun was new last year.
Yeah.
Or is
2
that the
years.
second year?
Revived, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Okay.
the same.
Revised it.
Yeah.
Oh, same.
Oh, I thought it was Fun in the Sun.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I just was,
No.
the only reason I'm saying that is because we're struggling to get dates. So with everything going on in all of the communities in the summer, do we want to go back to that in September? I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know what everybody's thoughts are on it.
Anything concerns me about, I like the Fall Fest, I just concerns me about weather. Like some years it was good, some years,
Yeah, I gotcha.
Ohio, it could be rain and snow.
I
and-
mean, same with summer though. I mean, sometimes it can be so extremely hot or pouring down rain. I'm just bringing it up. It doesn't matter. I mean,
Man, I don't remember that.
Can you shoot fireworks at it?
I was here one year. It was actually
yeah, we
really
did. Every
nice.
year we
Yeah,
shoot
we've
fireworks.
had
Yeah.
it nice too, yeah.
That was, you guys first started coming
It was a
and
good
Pete and
backdrop.
Sam was,
Yeah, they
They
had-
had one I had been at.
a judge for the
I thought
ribs.
it was Fun in the Sun. I thought that's what it was.
Well, because it's early September, but it was Fall Fest, yeah.
Well-
Okay, my bad. I thought
In August too, you've also got to watch for the car shows in Garrettsville.
Yeah.
And that's like somewhere around the 8th of August, it's the Peach Festival there.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and that's on a Saturday.
I'm not against it.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not, doesn't matter. I just thought maybe we'd throw it out there and just see what everybody thought about it.
When do
so.
they have
And dates wise.
the pig roast in,
That's the last weekend in July usually.
July.
The ox roast.
Yeah,
The only reason we moved it was because of football.
yeah,
Ohio State
homecoming.
and the Browns, we moved it from the Saturday, I think. And I don't remember,
Well,
and then Fall Fest.
for a while, we went to a little bit too late, I think in October.
Yeah.
And the weather
I
really
mean,
gets it.
the last one.
September's
the last one, yeah,
good.
September's a good time frame, I think,
Yeah.
but it's just, maybe.
It's usually still pretty warm in September.
Yeah, I was on the roof putting up Christmas lights, so yeah, it was good. It was good.
October, you never know.
We could shoot for mid-September then if you want to try that.
Yeah. By any chance, does anybody know when homecoming is? over them?
It's probably the first part of October.
I was
Not
just-
October,
I
okay.
would assume.
Looking at the Garrettsville stuff,
It
trying to
won't be
find out,
September.
because they have a Oktoberfest now too.
Now, I know.
Yeah.
The year after we quit doing it, they started it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I can't find anything right now, there's nothing updated that I can find for the Garrettsville, the Peach Social
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
that's in August.
Yeah. Now, the only thing with Peach Social, I think it's only a couple hours though, something to keep in mind.
Really?
Yeah.
Car show?
Because that's the one that's behind the fire station, to the community and fire station.
Yeah, and then,
So, it don't matter to me. I personally like August, but I understand the concerns and stuff, so.
Yeah, I don't really care, so. Dan, you're running the show this year, what do you think?
I'm just taking it all in, first meeting, so trying to
Right,
get
right,
everything
right.
done.
You're on the spot, buddy.
I mean, pros and cons of each.
Yep.
Pros.
Yeah.
I mean, summer, weather's more predictable.
Right.
If we wait till September, we have more time to set up vendors and get everything together, so.
My concern is the firework date,
I
regardless
like
which way we go.
Well,
Why was
But
it?
and we can't secure the fireworks without a couple dates.
Oh.
Yeah.
well, I'm looking at September, the 19th looks good, 26th, but are you going into October?
Yeah, I would go any further than the
Yeah.
19th probably,
No.
I would, yeah.
What, September 19th is Saturday?
Yep,
Technically, September's still summer.
nice.
Yeah.
So last year their, and then obviously it'd be a little different, but their Peach Social was August 9th and their Fall Fest was September 20th.
So it'd be great, it'll probably be similar to that then.
Yeah,
So maybe the weekend before, is that the
12?
Yeah, I mean, if that pretty much splits the difference between August
Yeah.
and this October, so that's fine with me, if it's fine with everyone else.
Do we know who puts on the Fall Fest for Garrettsville?
What's that?
Do we know who puts on the Fall Fest for Garrettsville?
Well, they have,
So we can ask.
They have a committee.
they have a
Oh,
committee
okay.
that's.
I'm wondering if they already have their dates.
I think the guy from the bowling alley,
Aaron King is a
Aaron
big,
King
he
is
runs it primarily, yeah.
he's like the head honcho of it
I
all.
think I have his.
Well, if we talk about football games and stuff too, Ohio State plays Texas on the 12th of September. I'm throwing every aspect out
That
there.
is
So,
You got
Get a big
the-
screen.
I'm just
Right?
throwing it
That's
out
what we can get
there.
a projector
That'll
with a
be
big
as
screen
usual,
at, everybody
it's
there.
like at 8 o'clock PM game. Do you
Yeah.
know what it is?
It doesn't, there's no times and outs yet.
I mean, that's,
Usually that's
that was
the-
originally what happened to us. I think it wound up being a couple of Ohio State games that were on and nobody showed up.
Yeah.
So what about throwing it back into June, when
Too
they used to
soon
do
for-
the Fireman's Festival?
We do it in 27 for that, but 26 is too soon to get vendors and everything else. Did the fire?
That's why when I recommended Mary that you take on it, it takes literally a year ahead of schedule for the planning for it, just because I know, a lot of food trucks and stuff are booked already, just reaching out to them and stuff.
And I think
Um,
like that second weekend in September is usually homecoming for Kent.
Fireman's Fest.
Yeah.
Because we do the guys and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
That one comes the second Saturday.
Oh, okay.
And that is like our
They bring in
biggest,
their own
because it's
rides.
usually.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
right up there.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta-
Yeah, sure,
If we
sure.
would throw something
Yeah,
for that,
okay.
I
You gotta
know
book
it's
those a
gonna be
couple
big
years
because
out.
Yeah.
because they all
But
go
the
to
fire
the-
department did.
There's
it
only,
back
this is a little one, it's a
I mean, you're
most
never gonna
popular
find a
one.
person.
No, but yeah, I gotcha.
Cass something, they're very small, they only have 4 rides.
But we can
No.
reach out. to
Yeah,
them.
it's not like a
They're
big
already
one.
booked up.
I'm good with whatever, I'm just throwing it out there just for something for us
Yeah.
to discuss whether or not we think that it should be an option, I don't know, but.
We just wanna pick one and go for it and
Yeah, let's go with the 12th of September.
We gotta change the name from Fun in the Sun to Fall Fest?
It could still be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever you want,
technically
I
it's,
just, I don't know, don't matter
technically
to
it's
me.
still summer.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So we're gonna. You wanna set up times?
It's usually
2
like
o'clock.
2 to,
2 to 5.
So after the fireworks are,
yeah.
And just for record, we're keeping it Fun in the Sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're gonna keep it at the park or on the road?
That's a good question too. I think we should try and talk to township and see if we can move it forward a little bit. Maybe put the parking out back or something, but we can just, I don't know.
Well, if we got the date, we can always do the logistics.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we start meeting for it, yeah.
Yeah, once we can get.
One thing nice about the road is more people see it
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
and it brings
right.
them in, you know.
I just look at safety, I hate that the fireworks are right there and everybody can be close and
True.
dark time, you don't see kids running
It's
back
a
there.
fireman and you coming out.
It's the safety thing, it's, man. So I like the road idea.
Well, that's all we can do is ask.
Mhm. And road's solid, to walk on.
Right.
And you can not have stuff spaced out so far either, like you can kind of bring it in. Okay, so September 12th.
Yeah.
How do we wanna work that committee to get started ASAP?
Did,
Well, I mean, Mary, are you interested in helping drive the
Yeah.
commit? But we're looking for somebody to kind of we'll help and schedule stuff and
Right.
do stuff and make stuff and all that, but we can't actually, we're trying to get a 501c3. We literally, we cannot be on that.
Yes,
So we're looking for somebody that, if you're interested in doing that, okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
I just know that weekend.
I understand that,
weekend,
but the planning piece of it, you can be
Yeah.
available while that's going on, correct?
Yep,
Okay,
Absolutely. Yep, so
okay,
let me know what
We-
you
we
want me
will.
to do
We will.
and
Okay.
I will step up.
okay, thank you. Good?
Yep, yep.
Anybody you can,
Recruit?
yes.
Right.
They
Any
take
other
that on work.
volunteers?
A
Yeah,
lot
it
of
is a
work.
lot of
Yeah.
work and they need a lot of people to help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll definitely start recruiting some friends and
Thank you.
I can, if you write down your email address, I can send you a bunch of stuff. Dan probably could send you some stuff that we've done in the past, or you can just tell me what it is and I can send you some stuff, okay?
Right, it's mrichmond369
Okay.
at Gmail.
And we're not gonna throw you to wolves, we'll help out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Is it all lowercase or does it matter?
It doesn't matter,
Okay.
but yeah, it is all lowercase.
Okay.
Anything else with Carter?
Did you, that,
House decorating,
Yeah, house decorating. Now, are we just doing that purely for Christmas or Halloween as well?
no, we usually do it for Christmas.
Okay. I've had a couple people ask if we were gonna do a Halloween, because last year a lot of people went kind of above and beyond with Halloween
Yeah, they do
decorations.
go nuts.
that's kind of interesting.
So I didn't know
I
if
like that.
anybody wanted to do that, or just try to set it up around
Well,
Halloween.
all that would be is just let it out there and they
Yeah,
decorate,
just
like a
and we just go
parade,
around
yeah.
and look.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We
So-
can, I'm all for doing both. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because some people really, really get into it.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I-
One
Wow.
scared me
Yeah.
so bad I wouldn't
That house
let
across
the
the
kids
street.
go up there. I was like, no, just stay right here.
No, just a few people came and asked,
No, that's good,
and then
Yeah.
that we could probably,
Santa's still up.
I mean, we could even judge or do something like that on
Yeah.
Halloween during trick or treat,
Mhm.
because everybody's gonna have everything up by then.
What day's trick or treat again?
The 31st.
31st.
It says it right,
Saturday.
it says it right on the agenda.
I know.
He's just being smart about this.
Parade of Lights is December 6th, and then, I don't know, stop me if I can't, but somebody reached out, they wanted to come tonight, but I don't think they made it. They, Travis Hammonds is in charge of softball and baseball. He wanted to come and speak to us. I told him about tonight, he said it may have been too soon, but he said he's gonna come next time, if he can't make it tonight, so just giving everybody a heads up.
And just a little bit, last year we had a meeting and we actually, paid for a couple tons of dirt and also we paid for one of the porta potties. They had two, the village paid for one.
Oh.
Huntsville.
But I do think we should collaborate somehow.
And that's all I've got for those.
What do we wanna do about the park? I know we shut it down, like the ride or playground area and stuff like that. Has anybody had a chance to like evaluate the equipment that's there now to see?
I was gonna go out the other day, but it's, the morning I was gonna go
We
out.
woke up to a lot of snow then, a little confused.
Yeah. I would like to go out there. I can go out there probably tomorrow afternoon if it's still somewhat decent. I'll take pictures, look at everything, and kind of get the situation.
Alrighty. That is-
should we also evaluate the basketball court for potential risk of people falling and getting hurt based off of the cracks that we have up there?
I think so. I haven't been over there since the summer, but they were pretty bad.
I found photos from one of our last Fun Sons, when I was still a kid, like 6 years old. And you can see the basketball court looks the same. It's kind of
No.
crazy. Yeah.
It's been that way.
I was gonna bring them, I
Sorry
forgot them
about
at
it.
home. But the basketball courts looks the exact same, cracks, everything.
Mhm.
Except
Correct,
that
so
there was
just got
tennis
bigger.
courts.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't even know, like, if we could even just drop some coal patch down in them.
Maybe.
We discussed that a couple years ago, just throw some coal patch, fill them in for now.
For now, right?
Little bump filled in hole.
Yeah.
That it for parks?
That is it.
6:14. Call the committee of the whole meeting to order.
Second.
Scott,
Yes.
Sherry,
Yes.
Daniel,
Yes.
Samuel,
Yep.
Angela,
Yes.
David.
Yes. All right, we don't have no prior requests from guests to speak.
That, well, let me just say something. If anybody here that needs to speak for any length of time, if you would register prior, that's where you would go, so you'd get a lot more time, you know, instead of all the other ones. But that's, if anyone has a really problem, that would be, just let Deanne know and she'll put you on the agenda. That's for also the committee and the council meeting at the end of the month, okay?
And we also have a list we're gonna publish on the website of the committees, who the committee members are. So that way, if you do have like a localized problem, you can get a hold of your council member beforehand. They can discuss it with you, take it to the committee, and then come here to committee of the whole and discuss. So there's different options for if you wanna get something in front of us. And then for the prior request, we would ask, 2 days beforehand, 2 business days, I should say, so like Friday before the meeting to get it in, so we can get it on the agenda, so we're not scrambling on Monday or Tuesday to try and get it on the agenda and get it all out, so that way people have time to review the agenda and stuff like that. Fiscal officer report.
So I did not provide numbers because we're doing year end, so it would be really confusing, right? Because our revenue would be 2.1 mil, and you're gonna be like, Deanne, that money's not really there because you didn't close last year. So I didn't wanna confuse anybody, so I didn't do any numbers. However, I will say we had 288 POs that were written. Those are blankets and regular POs as well. And we had 98 public record requests for last year. That was from January 1, even before I got here, all the way until December
How many was that?
31st.
90?
98. The printer lease updates, as you see, unfortunately, we have our old one sitting here. It will be out of here soon. I hope by next meeting, if not, we'll move it. But we do have our new machines, and I'm in love with them. They have color, and they were just really efficient for us, especially when Ashley was printing off the agendas and stuff today, and they staple them for us, and it's like a new kid with a new toy. So, and we're still working on year end, and it's a doozy. But that's all I have.
December minutes have not been finalized yet, so we're gonna skip number 4 and do that at the February committee, the whole meeting. And then old business. Do you guys wanna go in executive for personnel and stuff now, or you wanna wait till the end? Okay. We'll push that to the end then, so people don't have to stay, because when we come out, we're probably gonna make recommendations for, pay wages increase for the January council meeting. I think that's the only thing we're gonna make out of that when we come out of it, so. Council president report, just trying to get everything going for the year. There's a lot on our plates right now and trying to work through it all. It's a big adjustment. I've never done this before, so I give respect to all past council presidents, because there's a lot there. So.
So you being sprawling over there?
No, I'm being dead serious. Might have to go on blood pressure medicine.
If I have to, I'm done. I don't have to blood pressure.
Mayor's communication?
The only thing I have, I'm backlogged with emails. I have never seen so many emails to a mayor in my life. I have introduced myself to Manaway, and also I will be calling Hiram just to introduce myself to them. I have talked to the villager, a reporter for the Portager and the villager. And they're just wanting, Portager is putting on a article this week about Windham. It's Windham activities going on, so that's gonna be, once they do that. So I told him I would get in touch with him, or he'll call me when it's our turn on the Portager. The only thing I need, what we really need to do is start setting priorities for our village. We know we have some problems at our sewer plant and our water plant, and we need to start prioritizing which ones we need to start looking at right now. Angie has been going, through the grant finder, and she's having trouble with that website, so she's trying.
Yeah.
I did want to talk to council, at one of our meetings, the rental of the RFC, Max changed that to even the employees to pay $150, for rent. Are we gonna keep it there?
Community
Somebody-
center.
Community.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Okay.
wait a minute, I'm trying to calculate.
RFC,
We changed
community
it.
center.
Well, what are you asking?
Are we-
increasing it, or are we?
We did increase it, Mac increased it
Ready.
when he was here.
So,
The contract still says employees are $50,
gotcha.
so we need to either leave it at that or change it. So
I think cheap, 150 is still cheap.
I didn't do
it is, because any other building in the town is a lot more
We
than that.
go anywhere else, rent, Manaway or anywhere.
Yeah.
$300, $400, $500.
Okay.
So yes, we need to have the solicitor update the contract.
It's just
Or-
a flyer.
Oh.
Just
It's just a
flyer.
flyer.
Right.
We just
Yeah.
save money and revenue.
So we just,
Yes.
Deanne wants to make sure it's right before she puts it
Yeah,
out
I'm
there.
okay with that. Like Scott said, that's still cheap.
Okay, everybody has a copy of the handbook. Okay, we will be going over the handbook again. Anything in there that you need, that you think we should change, mark it on there, and we will have a meeting and we'll go over the handbook, okay? Like I said, Angie's trying to go for grants for the maintenance and, all of that. I
Do we
would-
have an engineering firm that we're working with as far as, I mean,
No,
because
yeah.
normally they ask you to be ready,
Ready.
and they help you get ready, so is there somebody that, you know, are we gonna continue?
Ryan was working with somebody, staff,
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
so I don't know
but I
any
mean, is
information though.
Angelo involved
Oh, I
with that
tried
too?
contact, no, he, I've asked, I don't get responses. I contacted another engineer. I wanted to talk it over with you guys first. I don't wanna make that call on my own. His name's Saeed. He actually was the engineer when we were building them.
The plans? Okay, okay.
Yes, so. But I got information on that. I'll
Okay.
talk about that when we get,
Okay, that's okay. Well, also, zoning, I think we need to look at some of the zoning that we have. Some of it I'm not even understanding exactly what is not required and what is. So I think it's just like a wide range, so we need to either bring it down to Windham. Because it's some of it's, I can't even understand. I mean, it's just like, okay, I can do this, but I can't do that. I can do this, I can't do that. So I just look at the zoning. It's online. All you gotta do is look under codified ordinances for Windham, and you can check that out too. If there's anything in there that you think, you know, will fit Windham a little bit better, we'll check that out too. I'd like to see a zoning committee, to go over that, maybe, with some of the residents, to get involved, because they live here. I think they would be the one to say, yeah, we can do this, and maybe not that. So we
I
can
think
think
that-
about that.
That works because you guys, a lot of the ordinances that you've adopted come from other cities, and they drafted those or made those for them, and they're not specific to Windham. So, like, I know the parking stuff here is kind of cumbersome because you can't park on the road in the new homes, and when they were built, people maybe only had 1 or 2 cars. And now, people have 3 or 4 cars, and there's nowhere to park them in their driveway because they don't have very big driveways over there. So they're parking in their front of your house, or they're doing other things, and I know she's had a lot of those issues.
Yeah,
So it should be something that you guys kind of spell out, either allow parking in the street again, or make it so they can add on to driveways, or that's just as an example of some of the ordinances that need to be probably catered to, or made for Windham itself.
Yeah, the problem with the new homes, as you know,
Yeah,
there's no, extra space.
Can't get a fire truck through,
Yeah,
so you gotta have 32 feet, and they don't have that. So, it's kinda unique, and it's different, but it's something that you guys should probably address, and setting up
Yeah,
a
just-
committee is a good idea.
yeah, just, that's what I'd like to see, if anybody,
Should we put a thing on the Facebook?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Post it.
we will.
Kinda like, planning commission where it has
Yeah.
council and
Right.
residents
Yeah.
input.
Planning really is the way that you do zoning commission or
Planning?
committee, yes.
Okay,
So, for instance, some municipalities, I think like Garrettsville, they have a monthly planning commission meeting, and I think that that is the correct way to go. And so when you wanna address those things, whoever you decide's on, it's on it, whatever.
Okay.
But then they have a board of zoning appeals, which is where people would be coming for their variances or their change
Yeah.
of use. So we've been doing it different than a lot of other people. So if you wanna do it that way too, whether you have a committee, like was mentioned, or you use your planning commission for that,
yeah,
as many people do, so.
yeah, we also need, how many people on the zoning appeals?
I'm trying to-
BZA is 3, I think.
Is it 3?
I think it's only, I haven't looked at it in a minute.
Yeah, I
But-
haven't, we haven't had one for a while, because we haven't had any appeals.
those five.
Is it 5?
3 members appointed by mayor and approved by council. Each member shall be appointed for 1 year, and one of the initial members shall be appointed for 2 years. And they talked about death of members and stuff like that. And then the mayor, with approval of council, shall make the appointment for the duration of the expired term if somebody does die.
Okay. So we need 3 on zoning appeals.
We're going in depth. No, I like it.
The members of the board shall be residents of the village and shall serve without compensation. It says 1 member shall be a member of the planning commission, serve until the expiration of his planning commission appointment, but not to exceed 3 years. You have to elect a chairman, appoint a secretary, and prescribe rules for the conduct of its affairs. I don't know, we don't have that yet. This is the first time I've ever read this part.
Okay. We also, David has, all the applications that we have out that have come in for wastewater and for sewer, wastewater and water and sewer and streets. So he will be going over those applications pretty soon. We need to fill those positions.
Can you send those to me too?
Yep. Yeah, and I was gonna talk about that a little in executive session.
Oh, yeah. I'm done.
Let me get it. All right, utilities.
Yeah. All right. Terry and I went and talked with Bill at the wastewater department, and he gave us a list, and I gave everybody a list of things that he's requesting, things that he needs. The very first thing that he says needs replaced are the filters in our, and the big metal things.
The tanks.
The filters that we currently have, it's like a really, really thin fabric. I don't even know how to explain what the material is, but they don't make them anymore. Now they went to stainless steel. And he had one of the panels there, and it was broke. And it broke. There's no stitching it or gluing it back up. So we need new panels. I have my paperwork. Here it is. For 60 filters, just 60, and that's just one big metal container. We got 2 of them. I had $15,000 for 60 filters. We need 120. So that would be a total of $36,500. He said we could do 1 for right now, but that is his main focus. That is what he wants taken care of first, or what needs done, not what he wants, what he needs. And then the next thing we need to do is the clarifier skirting. He said that can wait until spring, but there is a list of things that he needs that need replaced. So we're looking into that. Like Terry said, I got onto the grantfund.com. When I get on it, there's nothing. When Terry gets on it, there's a ton of stuff. So, I don't know what's
Your
going
browser?
on. I don't know.
Could be your browser,
Yeah.
not supported by the actual website. Like if you're using, we'll say Safari, well, no, you don't have it.
I don't have
If you're
iPhone.
using Foxzilla
Nope.
or whatever,
Google.
or even Google.
Google,
If
yeah.
it's not updated or supported, it might not load the content.
Okay, well, I'll begin your
Or if you're trying to do it on your
You can
cell
use it.
phone, it might not allow a desktop, a mobile desktop. You have to actually use a computer.
Yeah, they're sensitive.
Yeah, I can't get on my phone.
So that's what I would try first.
And tomorrow, at 2 o'clock, I have a webinar for what every government needs to know about grants management. So I'll be taking that, so I get a better gist of what we need, how to do a grant. If I have questions, I'm sure they'll answer them, but that's at 2 o'clock tomorrow, so I am digging into that. There was something else. Oh, I wanted to ask Ryan something, but I did see Andrew on Thursday or Friday of last week. He was in front of the post office, and he said he was gonna shut the valve off on Saturday after they left for work, because they can't be without water, just to see where the water's leaking from. I texted him, he didn't answer me back, and I was gonna ask Ryan, because I didn't get a chance to talk with him today. So is it I see that it's still leaking, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming it's.
It is ours,
it's
Amber
ours?
said it's
Okay.
ours. It's not the post office, so we have to get that fixed.
Yeah, it's been leaking since November 26th.
Yeah.
Utility water and sewer rates.
Oh, that's on there too.
We did it with Charles and Nicole in 2024. We brought back the 5% every year, except for when the legislation was wrote. It was just done for 2025. So we need to get in the legislation, and it'll have to be done on 3 reads, but for a 5% increase automatic each year. So we don't have to revisit the legislation.
Okay.
I didn't catch that until I read, because the second I went and talked to Marie, and she's like, no, I don't have anything, so I asked for the legislation from Deanna, and I read it, and it was literally
It
just
used to be that way.
increased by 5%. So it needs to actually be worded 5% increase each year.
Yeah.
And then
And
Marie said it doesn't have to be sent off like it used to be. Like when she would send off the updated rates to, I guess, the state or whoever, she would have to send legislation with it. She said that doesn't need to be done anymore, just enacted. So if when I was talking to Mitch, they recommend a 5% each year.
Yeah, it used to do it for a long time, it was just automatic.
Yep, so that's what we need to go back to, is an automatic increase.
And, water set, like, do we have, from my understanding, we do not have a set rate for water. Or we do, where it's really low?
Sure you do, they just basically need to be flipped, the rates need to be flipped, the water
I
needs to
thought
be the
we
sewer
did.
rate,
We did that,
it's very small,
yeah.
you didn't do it enough.
Are you meaning a minimum?
Like how
Yeah,
much they
yes,
allocate.
that's what I mean, that's what I mean.
You don't have there's a paper for per gallon over
Right
here
here.
that I can give you. Okay.
This one?
You're pretty good with, know the people of Garrettsville, they have a nice setup.
Mm-hmm,
Give them a call,
Okay.
how they do theirs,
okay.
and, you'll find it interesting. I think it's a good idea.
Did you guys review the one that Bill gave you for Burton?
Yeah,
I have that paper, I do have
yeah,
that paper.
I looked at it, he was talking about it, yeah, I have that paper too. But we do need to give more to wastewater than we do to,
Yeah,
yeah,
So
whatever
when
we
we
bring
flipped
in.
it last year, we didn't give them enough, I mean,
No,
so how do we, I'll be honest, how do we figure out how much goes to each?
That's,
Well, you're gonna look at your history and your finances, of what you've spent, that's what I would recommend, just that way you kind of get a ballpark to what you think it needs to be, because the water comes from the ground, it doesn't cost a lot other than the chemicals and processing it, but,
Right, and we've
Yeah.
always been told sewer obviously costs more to run, and we're
Yeah.
seeing that now.
yeah.
yeah,
So that's just what I think we probably should do.
Yeah, and we can have, the utilities committee can meet and figure that out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Garrettsville does a flat rate for sewer, no matter how many
Right.
gallons you use.
I'll get a hold of them.
And,
I will definitely get a hold of them.
I'll look at a couple different communities just to see what
yeah.
options or what, people are doing.
Right.
Now, the other thing too, we can, reading the ordinance, we could have as many council, committee of the whole meetings as we want. They're called technically work sessions.
Yeah.
So if we find something before our, like, say, our next council meeting, we can always have another meeting, recommend it to the council agenda, so that way we can get it voted, so we're not waiting another month. Or a month and a half, essentially, to get that stuff in place.
Good to know. Yeah, but our goals for utilities is to get our water and our wastewater under control. Fix what we need, find the money we need to do what we need to do. So that's our goals for the year for utilities.
And get superintendents and.
Oh, yeah, that too.
So do you wanna talk about the guy that put it in, Syed?
The Said?
Syed.
How
Yeah,
do you spell that?
SAID, just like said. It's Saeed Abdul Abdallah.
It's a mouthful.
It is, but he's very, very thorough. I could send you guys the email that he was with the company, if the name has changed since then, but he was with the company that set up our water and wastewater department. He said that he would like, he can send, some of his, some guys out to do an assessment, but he said it would be about 120 days to get like a full assessment of the water and wastewater, to get a scope, so, however the process will take. Hold on a second. With a site visit to observe the facilities and discuss operations and challenges. Items such as operating records, maintenance concerns, future capital improvements, violations, regulatory compliance, on and on. He's very thorough. He would go through all of that stuff. So I'll get back to him after I talk to you guys. I didn't want to make that call on my own. That's a big thing. So,
Does he charging for doing that?
Oh.
yeah,
How much is
he
that?
did not tell me.
He said in the email that it's
Can you forward us the email?
Yes, I can.
very expensive. That's my biggest concern is how much.
Yes, me too. He's very thorough, is why I would like to go with him, but again,
When the EPA inspects our plants, do they not make recommendations?
What I've been able to find online, they give like things that need fixed.
Yeah,
Like the 1 year, the stainless covers were not there, and Tony had a contractor weld new ones up, and
Right.
that satisfied that.
Yeah, they have.
problem.
yeah, they're gonna give you the, what you need to do to be
Compliant.
compliant.
Compliant, yeah.
right.
The bare minimum.
Yeah.
Is that what we need? EPA?
I can ask him if he could come in and just give us the bare minimum, service. He's doing breakdown from top to
Yeah, I
bottom,
think
that's why.
Yeah.
it's good to look into and see what the cost is.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing he says in his email, to be cost effective, sometimes clients prioritize the work with completing work for one utility that is needing the most assistance. So we could ask him to prioritize the sewer plant, because
Right.
in my opinion, the sewer plant's in worse shape than the water plant.
It needs more.
Yeah.
Okay. I can do that and see what he says.
Now, how often, because we've been compliant, I know the sewer for a long time, are they being inspected every 5 years now?
Didn't,
Or is it
5.
4?
was it last year or this year they're coming for the bid?
This year, I think.
It's every 5 years they come and do inspections, so I feel like maybe Q3, she's
Probably have
last
to
year.
check with Billy.
Yeah.
So the EPA you're talking about,
Yeah.
coming in, I can call him tomorrow.
Billy would know,
Sure.
I just can't remember if it was last year or this year. I remember,
It wasn't this year.
no, this year coming up,
Oh,
like 2026.
Yeah, could be,
Okay.
could be. I'm not sure.
2028, I think, is the next one. 2023 was the last one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Fiddle,
Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, sorry.
you're okay. Finance.
I don't really have anything similar to David. I'm gathering information, looking at budgets and all those type of things. One thing I will say on a different topic though is I had the lady reach out, Noreen, about opening a potential cafe here. And like, we played phone tag a couple of times. I tried calling her again today, still have not connected with her. So,
If you get hold of me, I will, give you that number, I'll make calls, economic development, I'll
okay, perfect, yeah, I can forward that to you, so,
'cause that'd be exciting.
yeah.
And then we'll also discuss pay raises and executive.
Yep.
That it?
Yes,
Safety personnel rules. Really the only thing for that is we did have our first fire board meeting, and this was already in motion before I got there, but they did take the money and purchase an ambulance that was used from Ravenna City, but in good shape according to everybody in the meeting that has been a part of the process. Terry was part of the process.
Yeah.
There was some questions on funding and stuff, so they did go ahead and just take the cash that we did have available to get it, because the squad was 30,000, and I think a new squad these days is 250, 300,000.
how much was it, David?
30,000.
Wow.
That's good too.
It has
Nice.
85,000 on it,
Really?
miles, but they're having problems with, their oldest one's a 2006. It's got the 6.0 diesel in it, and those engines are very delicate. So when you get on in them, you start up and put the pedal to the floor right away, they're not happy. They like to warm up. So they're having problems with that, so they went ahead and got the new squad. We're waiting on Ravenna City Council to approve the purchase, so we should have it around February 2nd. So if you need to see a new squad in February,
Nice.
that's where it came from.
Yeah.
So that'll help out with reliability and all that. That's all I have for that line item. Service committee.
Real quick,
Uh,
man.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. To put out there, I know that the fire department went from Ravenna to
Oh,
the
yeah,
sheriff's department?
that was before me, so
That was dispatching.
Yes,
Yep.
so I know that there was a phone call or some things that have happened where, I don't know, the school called a number today and Ravenna answered and said, we don't dispatch for them anymore, so, it's one of those things.
like an emergency.
You know, it was for a fire, they were doing a fire
Drill?
drill, yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll tell Nick about that.
I
'Cause there's been
called and mentioned
concerns
it to
with-
him, yeah.
All that, as you know. Okay, I'll text Nick.
I think just the 2222 number or something. If they didn't switch PSAPs, it might be that. He said, I don't think they've had any issues other than that, so.
Do you know if the school contacted you guys and Nick beforehand?
They said they did, because I looked into it.
They said they did? Okay. Just wanna make sure, cause I know there's been some
I don't think he
communication
got
problems.
contacted, when I talked to him, he said he didn't, so.
Okay. All right. Service?
I went and took a little journey around town and inspected equipment and stuff like that, and I thought that everything looked respectable considering some of its age. But, I mentioned to Mr. Wagner about the pothole in front of the community center. I haven't heard back from him about it, and when I drive by, it doesn't look like it's changed, other than maybe it's a little deeper.
Do you guys?
But,
Is that the one that they put,
Yeah.
the one we had dug up for, storm drain, I believe it was.
Yeah, I think so.
But, you know,
I think Robbie just keeps adding that, whatever that is. that
Yeah, it
they're
looked like
adding
there
in.
was more stuff on the side of the road.
Yeah, they keep adding it.
what's the, plan? Are they waiting until
well,
put cement in it?
I don't know.
I told him what I would do, and what I would do would be to dig out, say, 4 inches, put some more crushed concrete in it, tamp it into the best of your ability, because I don't know, the tamper that I did see, it needs a lot of love. So, But then I told him, I was like, you can go get some cold patch, cause there was a nice stretch of weather coming. I said, you can put 2 to 3 inches of cold patch in that hole and roll it in with the truck. And he was like, you know, that's a great idea. He mentioned that they're not making cold patch, and I mentioned that I went and, well, the people I work with went and got 2.5 tons, so.
So they're making cold patch.
Someone's making cold patch. Yeah, so, I mean, you guys are on this with me, so if you guys have anything, and I apologize for not calling and letting you know I was, you know, poking around, but, you know,
That's what safety does.
I thought our mowers looked good, you know. Don't get me wrong, I'd like to see some of our equipment under roof and not
I was
sitting
about
out.
to say, we looked at one point, wasn't it
A lean-to,
a
right?
lean-to something to get a roof over top of,
Mhm, the
to get
skid
some
steer and
expensive
something else.
stuff, just sitting out in the weather. I think we should look into,
Well, I talked to Ryan, and he had mentioned that once the stuff is out of the old police garage, turning it into the street garage, and like I told him, I said, if you don't use that skid steer like a lot at the water department, it will fit in here, you know, at least then it's under roof, you know? And,
that's an expensive.
the building does have a water hookup, so you could wash things, you know, I mean.
It's heat there too.
There is a hookup for heat, so there's a lot of potential for
It'll
that.
fit in there though.
I believe so. I mean, we didn't put a tape measure to it, but it looked like it should fit.
Okay.
I mean, I would recommend measuring
Yeah,
it first.
yeah. We'll just make the entrance a
We
little
make
bigger,
our own
right?
door.
Push the stick a little harder.
I guess one question is the wreaths that were donated, I've
We still have
heard,
them.
yeah, I've heard that there was no plan of putting them up ever, just because of size, weight,
What's that?
power.
I mean, you have to have power to.
Right, that's the other thing, like, if we're not gonna use them, we're,
Can we find somebody else to
Go
do it?
I have a small plan.
okay,
I would like to see maybe 3 or 4 of them if we could put poles over at the community center. If we're gonna keep doing this parade of lights and all that, we could run power to the poles and hang them up pretty reasonably. But as far as putting them on all of the telephone poles, I'm not against it, but you're gonna have to hang them up high enough so garbage trucks and semis don't hit them. And these guys ain't gonna be able to do it themselves.
and there's a lot of costs associated with that as
Yes.
well. And you can't just have one guy in a bucket of a tractor drive around, because
No,
correct me if
the
I'm wrong,
backhoe won't even reach high enough to put it up.
you guys actually hire
And we hire it out over there.
hired out. So if we just
So-
keep a couple that are in the best shape, because, correct me if I'm wrong, we're storing those inside somewhere.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
In
containers.
the container where we could be putting mowers and other things, and then storing our more expensive equipment inside. Instead of using,
I mean,
Valuable
if you guys would like to go around
storage.
sometime, we could do that if you want.
Good, I trust you.
so, I like that idea of just keeping a couple.
I mean, I thought it looked nice for like the whole parade of lights thing. you
That
know.
would be nice.
Cause then we gotta get permits and everything else from Ohio Edison to add
I don't
power
even
to
know
our
how that,
poles.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I just-
I don't know. I
so,
don't know.
Change the light bulbs.
Yeah.
and it's hard enough to get
Update
a
that.
new light and pole and wiring in the park for our events,
Yeah.
Um,
so.
yeah, I don't know how many you wanna keep, but, or how many you wanna put up, or.
I don't even know how many total.
I don't,
I
they
put
were
them
in the
truck.
container down there.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
you
you
brought
got
them
it?
over.
Are you the one that went to get them?
No, I'm the one that loaded them in Wyndham's truck,
Oh, did you? Oh, that's
How
right.
many
Was
were
it 10 or
there?
13?
something like that, 13
Yeah.
to 15, something like that.
Wow.
And they're big, so they're taking up some space. I thought they were
They-
just little
they
reeds. I'm
stand
like, I'll
about-
take some.
Oh, really?
They're huge.
Yeah, they're not
Wow.
small.
Yeah.
But they're up high, so they look like they're just regular sized reeds, but they're not.
So are you guys be good, you guys good
Yeah.
with making a plan of what we need to keep and get rid of for the wreaths and stuff?
What do we wanna do here with this whole package? I agree with you, we need to make a decision, what do we wanna do to get this.
I mean, don't get me wrong, this week, the weather's terrible
Well,
for this idea.
Understood, right.
Um,
But maybe
But-
the next couple of nice day or two.
I'm not trying to like throw sticks and stones, but like, he's not here. Like, I can't take the village, well, I mean, unless she tells me I can. I can't take the village truck and go get.
You
two
take
tons.
your village truck and
No,
go
no,
get it and
no.
bring it over to us. We would appreciate that.
I'm sure. But, you know,
Well, I guess
you're
my
gonna-
question
you're
is,
gonna
do you
need
wanna,
at least
does
2
somebody
tons.
wanna follow up with Ryan? Do you wanna follow up with Ryan? Do you wanna?
Do
I
you
mean,
wanna
and
wait
to be
till,
fair, I've been trying to give him plenty of time, like, I'm not
Yeah,
mad,
I understand.
you know.
do you wanna wait till spring to do it, or do we
I
need
know,
No,
to
I'd
do
like
it
to
right
get it
now?
We
over
should get
with.
it done before spring.
Okay.
The longer you
Okay.
wait, the
The
more
longer you
ODOT
wait, the
destroys
more it's
that
gonna
road.
cost, and then
Okay.
it's gonna be, let's wait for hot patch, and.
Oh, okay.
Then we're
you
back
know,
in the fall.
Alright,
Yeah.
just wondered, cause I know the road
Eventually,
does
we're
its thing in the
bringing
winter.
in, putting,
Eventually, the plan is to hot patch it,
right.
you know,
You're right.
but
We need to
until
fix
that
it.
happens, you know,
Yeah,
I swerve around it, if
Everybody
you're
does.
in the
So
other
do I.
lane,
Yeah.
you know.
Why don't you put a steel plate up like they always do on other
Well,
roads?
you-
Oh, those poor
I don't-
guys.
I don't wanna put a steel plate there in the
Oh,
winter,
yeah.
plow trucks will
Lots
send
of
it to
high
someone's
spots.
house.
Yeah, and the last
It's
time
so
we put a
bad.
steel plate up, it was not notified to ODOT according
Yeah.
to somebody I spoke to, and the driver was, for lack of better terms, really mad. Because he hit it.
Because I swerve around that pothole all the time. I was gonna put a work order in on that tonight, and I got 2 other work orders I wanna put in.
Are there potholes?
There's a pothole underneath the turnpike down there, right?
You're right, I
That's
want it
right.
fixed too.
That's right.
That's why I want 2
swerve
tons
around
full
that all the
patch.
time, cause I'm not about to ruin
There's one
4
right
brand
out
new
here,
tires.
outside the parking lot,
Mhm.
right there where the police used to come in and out.
Mhm.
That's
Well,
one right there, I hit it.
Service
figured-
committee's right here
I
for
figured-
that,
I figured,
and we
His
can
number's
also.
online, I'll give it to you after we get done.
All right, the street department. I got a big,
Well, can
you
we
with
wait
the
till the
street
end?
department?
Can we,
Those signs coming in from the cemetery, when you hit the,
the welcome to Windham
when you
sign?
hit the, city limit,
Okay,
every sign there is covered up by tree branches in the summertime really bad, and going out, it's the same way, going out of town. Coming in from the cemetery on the right-hand side, you
Yeah.
can't see those signs until you,
Okay.
get right on it.
can I,
All those limbs has gotta be brought down.
I would like to get the potholes took care of first, but I know exactly what you're talking about, and I hope to have that trimmed back before spring.
Yeah, 'cause I've complained to the chief so much he started looking at me.
And if we don't get there, you can come back and tell me to hurry.
Well, I had a nurse take my chainsaw down there and just cut all the dumb trees down, and then let you guys worry about picking them up and, getting rid of them.
don't do that, we don't need you getting hurt.
Well, you know, and that pothole underneath the turnpike,
There's two.
I
I
swerve
go
around it,
around
I
that
hit,
too.
I hit it so many times that I swerve around it and I see cars still hitting it, and they're tearing their car up and they're tearing their tires up.
Mhm.
Just so you know, this is my every Tuesday.
No, I
Well, at
know.
least you have somebody to talk to, come on.
That garage, how, I'm still waiting for things to get out of there.
Mhm.
Okay.
I've got stuff on that too.
Yeah,
I was gonna wait to
that's
talk
out.
about.
Mhm.
Let's see if that'll fit, because
Like
if
the-
it does, then we don't need to put the dry, or.
Well, there's a couple different things we could do, like the, what's it called, cold storage over at the sewer plant, the little old building that used to be the original office.
Yeah.
So the skid steer, there's a potential that it could
Yeah.
fit there also. So we could take those lawnmowers and put them over here
Mhm.
for the winter,
Yeah.
you know, shuffle
flip
it around.
something.
Let's take a look
I
what
think
spaces
we
we
got
have,
enough room here
If
to
we
do
have
it, but
enough.
we just have to make
that we
it.
don't have to put something else to do with it.
Right.
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 That'd be great.
Yeah.
If not, then we do need to do something.
Mhm.
You cannot let that equipment just sit
No,
out every.
that's $100,000 skid steer.
Yeah, we're still paying
That's a
on,
big one.
Yep.
And I mean,
still paying on.
don't get me wrong, it's
Still in that
discouraging.
list.
Yeah.
Economic development, Scott.
Yeah, I'm gonna get hold of Terry, some of her contacts, people you've been calling, and we just heard one about cafe.
Yeah.
So, every month, I'm gonna get, make sure I have a good list of phone calls, see if we can get some things moving and some things coming into this village.
I see the, restaurant at the Moore Zone, is back up for sale.
Yeah, so.
That was my
Yeah.
question.
Well,
I
you know,
think Lisa posted it.
they opened up that I don't know if it has any seating in it or not, but in Hiram, they have the Mexican restaurant. And I thought, oh, yeah. So I don't know if this gentleman here ever reached out, if there was anything in the emails from.
You saw that it was for sale.
Oh, really? Just today?
Last week, I
Oh, is that
think,
right?
is our one
Yeah.
posted.
It's discouraging.
I heard it,
it's
but I
really-
wasn't sure if it was true or not. Okay.
I'd like to see something going in there, to be
Yeah.
honest.
It's
Uh,
all,
the
yeah, it's a
last-
nice building.
The last Mexican restaurant we had, food was good,
Yeah.
but how often are you gonna stop at a Mexican restaurant?
I'll go every night.
God bless you. I stop once a
I
week.
don't go at all.
Once a
Oh.
week.
I tell you,
But-
I will.
especially if they have margaritas.
The-
Good Lord.
The
I'm
day,
just throwing it out there.
you were right, the day they gave those specials for that place was packed.
Yep.
But another time you would stop, I was the only one in there.
Yeah.
And that happens too often.
Yep.
You know, you almost have to have something that mainstream is
Yeah.
going to
A little bit of
buy.
everything.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will tell you though, if you open up, now that their DoorDash and everything is coming here, because it wasn't for a long time, they have that ability to reach out to the township and other townships around here now
Yeah.
with DoorDash.
That's true.
And
That could help a lot better, you're right.
Oh, did they really?
Yes, they're
No
doing
way.
DoorDash
Yeah, they
now.
started doing it.
Who does that?
Stoney's.
Oh, no kidding.
Can I ask one more thing before I leave? I gotta leave.
Absolutely.
I complained the last time, how long's it been, a month and a half, 2 months ago, I was in here.
every Tuesday.
About two more signs down at the school crossing down here on 303. That's, you got a 25 mile an hour speed limit. Those 2 signs down there right now are not working.
I
They're
don't know.
not turned on, I don't know what's wrong with them, they're not blinking when it's doing school hours, okay?
Well, I've seen them.
And I suggested, and it costs between $1,700 to $2,000 for 2 more signs, put on down the road, approximately 75 feet, maybe 100 feet at the most, that flash during school, beginning and end of school, that says slow, children crossing road, or whatever you wanna put on the sign. But it's what do you call those there,
That's the school.
Crosswalk?
no, the lights make the light.
So the
Then-
last time we did that, the school got a safety grant and they paid for it
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
the safety grant. They had asked for our ideas and that's why we had them put up at that time.
Yeah.
I don't know if they just switched them off for the holiday season and forgot to turn back on. I'm gonna
It
reach
could
out to
be,
them.
we could talk to the school and see if they have turned them off just for holiday.
But he's mentioning he
I
wants
mentioned
some closer to
two more down,
North Main,
down from those ones, one east, one west.
which is not a bad idea.
Cause I told him today, I almost hit one kid cause he was wearing black crossing the street and I didn't see him. And my heart went into my throat just thinking about it. Maybe I'd have killed him if I'd have hit him.
Yeah.
It's a safety hazard,
Yeah.
cause you can't put it, like I was told, you can't put a 20 mile an hour speed limit in there. So I suggested I put it's $1,700 to $2,000, depends on the signs you buy. And put them down the road there about 75 feet. Slow, children crossing or whatever. And I know other people's come close to running over those school kids. I don't have any in the school here, no grandkids now or nothing. My grandson graduated last year. So I don't have no kids, but I worry about the other kids. It's a safety hazard. Something's gotta be done. And like I said, I found it today, it only costs $1,700 to $2,000, depends on what kind of signs you wanna buy. But one of those there, where the sunlight or the daylight charges them. You know, like the 2 that's up there now. And I've seen people, I sat there at the stop sign and seen people come through there 35 miles an hour. And you can't have a cop there all the time during school time. You know, I'm saying, Because you got one cop that takes care of 2 schools now, that watches over 2 schools now, and that's a handful. And it's a safety hazard, what it is, and sooner or later, might be 2 years from now, might be tomorrow. Some kid's gonna get hit, you're gonna get some high-priced outside lawyer with their parents, and it's gonna cost Windham a lot of money in a lawsuit. Because I'll tell you what, and I'm a firm believer, and I've seen it. I was brought up around Windham and Garrettsville, Freedom and Nelson. They had one hit out at Nelson when I was in school out there. My parents moved around until we bought a house over at Garrettsville.
How fast
There
was
was a
that
kid-
wagon going?
There was a kid got hit out there at Nelson. Nelson paid dearly for it.
Yeah.
And I'm just letting you know, in the long run, you'll save money, and it's a better safety hazard. And if one of the kids accidentally gets hit, basically, you're gonna be clear. It ain't gonna cost the village or whatever, $5 million to pay this year, for the kid getting hit, if the kid don't even get killed. And you see how the kids are nowadays, 12, 14 years old, stealing cars, shooting people and all that other bit.
Chief, did you order those signs there?
I worked with the superintendent at the time was Ariane Curtis.
Yeah.
So we worked together and we put the stats and stuff together to get the signs.
Find out where
Yeah, I'll see.
and we
They
can give
get
them a call
some
and
ex-
see what we can do.
That was done with some of the excess money they had from the safety grants that they got, so I'll
We
see.
don't have it. I agree, but not for financial record. If somebody got hit, we would not,
And honestly, that's why we had the light turned back on at Circle K. We've been doing everything we can to try to slow the traffic down coming in between there. And as we stated the last time when we were talking about the pole cameras and everything else, and we had 102 violations in a 36-hour time period.
yeah.
So,
Jen, did you have something real quick?
Yeah, I just want to ask, is there a possibility that, schools can put something out for like a parent volunteer to do crosswalks or something?
We used
They
to have.
have one, very nice lady, what was her name? Sandy.
Passed a couple years ago.
Yep, she used to, oh, that's something.
so I know they used to have a program through AAA that they've since defunded, because that's how we used to pay for it, was through the AAA, and they did it across the United States. But I don't know if it was a liability reason or what it was with the insurance. I think the insurance cost skyrocketed having somebody out there and the liability for doing it. So I think if somebody covered the insurance costs and stuff like that, and that was, if they wanted to volunteer, that might be something that could be doable. The problem we have, as I stated to you guys before, is we don't have any frontage on 303 or East Center Street that would allow us to put 20-mile-an-hour signs up to slow the traffic. You gotta have a driveway or some type of frontage on that roadway to get those signs.
If we just get people to follow the 25, it would be, if they're blowing through there at 40.
They're blowing through there at 55. I was on my way home one day and the only thing that stopped that construction truck was a stoplight in the middle of town. He pulled away from me once we hit the 35, and once we hit the 25, he was already at the dang light.
Yeah, like where I live at, 35-mile-an-hour signs down the road, probably 75 to 100 feet. It's 25 in front of my house, and I've seen them come through there just, they were running at least 70 miles. And I'm talking about the big trucks too. That what's called,
You're on
going out of
303, aren't you?
town or coming into town in that 25-mile-an-hour zone. Like the chief said, you can't have a cop sitting there 24/7.
And they're hauling butt too.
Okay.
We can check into those signs and see what we can do, because I think it is a
I
good
know, I'll
suggestion.
check with the school too, if they just turned them off.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, they're solar powered is what I was trying to say.
Right.
You know, it don't, all you do, pay for the signs, solar powered, you just worry about the batteries, getting charged, that's all you worry about. and the lights on, you know. But, like I said, here when my grandson was in school, I pulled out a little stop sign to make a left-hand turn. Here this kid come across the street wearing completely black. I locked it up, and I bet you money I didn't miss him by more than about 3 feet.
Yeah, that's scary.
And what do you think that is?
We'll check.
I drove 18-wheeler, and a 77-year-old man and a 72-year-old woman in the car got in one of those pyramids getting off at an exit up there on 77 at Harvard Avenue. They decided it wasn't their exit. They came across in front of me. I killed the man, 77 years old. I drove 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
I broadsided him. The only thing kept me from catching manslaughter or so forth, had 2 fire department guys and a cop behind me saw what happened. That's the only thing kept me from getting the manslaughter. Because the chief of police there, I can't even think of this district.
Yeah.
But anyhow, told me, says, you're really blessed, because if you didn't have witnesses that saw what happened, he said we could charge you with manslaughter.
Okay, we'll look into it, Mr. Hardman, okay?
Okay, I sure greatly appreciate it.
Have a
All
good night,
right.
sir. Scott.
Smack him for me, will you?
No, I'm not allowed to do that. Off camera. Off camera. Turn it off first and then we'll.
Oh, I can smack him?
No.
Don't worry, I bet I couldn't get away with it. I tell him he scared me, so I hit him.
It's funny you say that. He's got cuffs with your name on it.
I don't care. I don't care how many witnesses you got.
All right.
Hey, I've been down that road before.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
Dave.
I'll see you later, man.
Yes, sir.
See everybody later. God bless everybody.
God bless America.
Planning Commission, we don't have anything right now. Sheila, do we have anything with, the guy up that bought Shepherd's Joy behind Annette Drive? You said something to me about a section of his that he wants to do.
Yeah, it's curious.
Yeah.
First of all, I didn't get a chance to call the building department today. It's mandatory that he call them and get a permit if he's gonna occupy it.
Okay,
I don't think he has.
okay.
And I think that he's in there now, and I think, and I've been told by someone who might know, that he's already in there living. He can't do that. And I'm confused by, for instance, Sanchez Pool, we told them you have to do, if you're gonna have people living in there, you have to go through certain steps. And
Yeah.
they did, and it's going swimmingly. And the only way they can have people in there is with the occupancy permit from the county. So that's not happened yet. So, and I'm confused that he has so many vehicles. And I think I remember he was supposed to be having his correct me, but I think his business was supposed to be out of town.
Yeah, it's
and
in
yet
Solon.
There's a lot of trucks there, so, I mean, that's a if you're gonna call that residential now, it's gotta be treated residential when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
So there's things to look at and to do there.
Okay, just
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
us up to date on that one.
Yeah, so, there's that.
Okay.
Mhm.
But right now, we don't have any meetings yet until that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Chief.
So the impound lot is open, and it's been going pretty well. I've had quite a few cars in and out of there. I'm going to be doing a sweep after I speak with the zoning person here on the abandoned cars. So I do want that out and about, and let them know that anything that doesn't fit the zoning regulations or the police regulations, we've already tagged them several times throughout the last year and a half, but it's actually gonna happen now, so. I haven't scheduled a date for it yet, but I will, and we're gonna go around and get those cars off the properties and clean it up a little bit. The Easter egg, I was gonna ask you guys, we've done it in the park and we've done it at the football field. The park, we were doing it because we were trying to use the park a little bit more. I do know that it has become a problem with the parking, and the last time we did it in the park, kid almost got hit because people were driving in there. So the football field does offer more parking, and then once you get on the field, there's no way to get out in front of any cars. So, and we were able to split that into 2 different sections down the middle of the field so the kids can run out there and do what they gotta do. That's worked really well, so I think I would recommend doing it at the park, or at the football field again, just for that.
I definitely liked it better at the football field.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
So I think I will reach out to the school and make that for the 28th and do it there. I do have some individuals that, one that the mayor spoke with today, and hiring to fill the spot that Ian Watson left. And there's 2 other people in the pipe that we're gonna talk to. I don't know, I was gonna ask you guys tonight how you wanted to go about, if we're gonna interview them, if you just wanted me to talk to them and then the mayor, how you wanna go about the new candidates.
Are these full-time positions, Rick?
The Ian Watson one will be.
Okay.
And I currently have one individual who may be looking to go somewhere else. So I have another individual that I'm gonna talk to, and if I'm interested in that spot if it should open up.
Okay. But the other 2 are gonna be part-timers.
So we have Ian and Chris that left.
Okay.
And then, obviously, the part-time positions that I wanna fill, we can just do as many as we need, because they're gonna work as needed, so. And I try to keep my numbers at how many hours a week we use, so.
Well, I'm, for myself, you can interview them. I trust you to do all the background checks and interviews, and then if you need one of us in there, David or myself, or who else is on personnel?
Dan.
You know, any of the ones on personnel, if you need somebody else there, yes, but I'm gonna leave the decision up to you.
I agree with that. I would just like to know so that way we can get on the agenda
Yeah,
and
Absolutely.
go through the proper process of hiring.
right.
And this has been, we've been waiting to try to figure out how we're gonna go about it, and we didn't have anybody actually in there that was, somebody that I'd recommend at this point until now, so,
Please do a thorough background check.
yes.
We don't want to end up on the news.
Chief, what is the procedure to impound one of the cars? You put a notice on their car saying you got X amount of time?
Yeah, so I've done this several times. We have orange cards that we put on the windshield of the car, and it'll say,
Placards type?
yeah, that you're in violation of this city ordinance, and you have this many days to, and then if you have any questions, to contact us. So we've done that multiple times, and didn't have a place for them, and didn't really want to put it on the tow company to have to store those cars at the time.
Right, that's not.
Because it's a cumbersome process, and if we do it all at once, we can take it in front of the judge. If people don't pick them up, then do it. It's gonna be a cost saver in the long run.
Yes.
So,
So you impound a car. What is the fee for the towing company?
so the tow company right now is $200, and then we have a $50 admin fee, which helps us process the car if we should have to keep it.
Right.
So it's $250. The first 24 hours, it'll be $250, and then it's $40 a day after that. So if, say, we tow the car at 9 o'clock tonight, tomorrow at 9:01, that's day 2, if they don't pick it up within the first 24 hours. So it'd be $2.50, but then it would be 2 days if they don't pick it up in the 24-hour period.
How long do you have to wait before you can get rid of the vehicle?
Usually it's gotta be impound for 30 days, and then we got steps that we gotta walk through by sending certified letters. If the owner of the car is not aware of where the car is at, we have to notify dispatch to put it into the computer and let them know that if somebody reports it stolen or something, that they know it's in the Windham impound lot. So, after the 30 days, you send a 3-day notice. It's kinda like an eviction process. There's steps that we go through to get that in there and then out of there.
Now, if it's a car that is in decent shape, are we allowed to sell it, or do we have to just go to scrap?
No, we can sell it.
Okay.
Can we also keep it?
Yes, they can go into the fleet.
Okay. Good enough?
National Night Out, we have Tuesday, August 4th, is that 5 to 8?
Yeah, usually.
You want me to put, do we want to make that official
Yes,
time now?
you can- yes. Oh, and Easter egg hunt, I'm sorry. If somebody wants to donate candy or have donations for candy, we would accept those at the police department. We don't need the plastic eggs because we have a bazillion of them.
I was like, I got a bunch.
But you do need assistance filling them.
Yes,
Yes.
that would be the other thing.
Yes.
And will you put that out on the website or make an announcement of when we can come and help?
Yeah,
donate?
and we could use the Windham alert page
Yeah.
to do
Oh, yeah,
that
that'd
as
be
well.
cool, too.
Now, you said you want to put an alert out for letting people know they're going to come evaluate their junk cars and stuff.
Yes.
That'll go out over.
And then I will put, I'm not gonna put a date and time just because I don't want somebody to
Everything
confront us on it when we
Never
go out
changes.
there. Yes.
Yes.
That's more a security thing than anything.
And then, one more thing for the police department, we discussed, I wanted to bring it before you guys, getting them a dumpster, and now they have a can.
Oh, yeah.
That an officer has to drag down to the road on
Really?
certain
Yeah, and
days.
it's overflowing
And
sometimes.
if they have a big event or something,
Right.
they have bags sitting next to it, it's just, not convenient, so I think it was like a $20 difference, don't quote me on the exact number, but it was like $20 a month or something difference for a dumpster. You guys okay with getting the
I'm
police
okay.
department a
Yeah.
dumpster?
Yes.
Here's, the other thing I was gonna ask you guys, and I don't know if we need a variance or whatever, I was gonna see if I could use some of the fees from the impound lot account to purchase something to store. We have the seats that were in the Durangos that we're storing in our locker room currently. We have tires and stuff that, for the cars, the extra ones that we have.
We put it in the garage.
I don't wanna have to use it if they're gonna use it for the street department, but if and it's something that we probably need a variance for, if we got out at the range, we have the container that used to be out here, and I know they're pretty inexpensive, they're like $1,000. If we put it inside the fence area, you wouldn't even be able to see it once we are able to get all that stuff up on the fence.
What about the containers that are already there, they're not being used?
The one out at the one we do use, it's got all our shooting stuff in it, and it actually has all our files that were in this garage until we can destroy them.
And
So,
those big containers that are over there by the wastewater department?
The one that's on the shooting range.
The one
is-
that's, okay.
So I don't know if we have any. I know they had two, but I think they were gonna store their stuff in some of that too. So we have the funds available that can only be used for the impound lot, and that would be stuff that we could use to store it in for that, so.
Zoning inspector, Sheila Moore.
Does anyone have any questions for me before I get started?
I do at the end.
At
I'll
the-
wait till you.
At the end, like,
Well,
no,
at the
no,
end of your
seriously.
spiel.
No, I don't really have a spiel. I mean, I have things I could say, but,
You want me to go?
yeah.
Okay,
Please.
so my mother and I both, because I'm on her deed as a transfer of debt, we did get a letter, and then I know, boy, oh boy, have the phone calls and texts that I've gotten from Miss Sheila's letters that went out. So one of the biggest questions that kept coming in was at the bottom of some of them, there was a penalty for a 351.99, and it says, whoever violates any provision of chapter 351 may within 7 days after receiving notice report to the police department and pay a penalty. I know at least one person did report to the police department to pay a penalty, and it was, we have no idea what you're talking about.
Read the
So, to piggyback off of that, my question is, for zoning, it says in the ordinance, from what I was able to see, chapter 11 parts, I'd have to bring it up, but 357, I got it right here. Chapter,
No, I would, so.
here you go. There you go. Title. Titles 3, 5, 7 of this Part 11, planning and zoning shall be known as the zoning ordinance of the village of Windham. So I'm just, questions I had, questions that people asked me is where does the Part 3, which is the traffic code, which throughout it says police chief and or his designee, and then chapter 5 is general offenses code, and then on my personal one, it also said 143.03, I think it was, which is litter. And that one specifically lists the village administrator as council's designee for enforcing that. So, like I said, questions that came in, my questions, where does it say in our ordinance that zoning enforces chapter 143?
Which one's 143 again? Oh, the litter.
The litter, yep.
Yeah, so, I mean, does it matter in the grand sense? I mean, Ryan is my boss, and I'm working on behalf of him while he's doing the myriad of other things. So, if you want to not have that, it doesn't have, I mean, if you want Ryan to write all the letters, there are a lot. He can take his time to do that. So, I mean, there's that
I'm just
one.
going off of what our ordinance says.
Right,
You know,
right.
like if I, and I'm not saying I'm going to, but if I were to take it to court and put it before a judge, how would the law read it? And would it make it, you know, to where I essentially would win the case because, and I'm not a lawyer, but when I read it, it says council hereby designates the village administrator as the person to do all that.
So
for that
43
section.
years in the law, I can say that if a judge heard this and he says, or she says, do you have litter?
Mhm.
But if we're
But
enforcing laws from
I'm
rules-
talking to David right now. So if we enforce that, then, I mean, you can have Ryan send the letters, that's totally fine. I mean, I don't think you're gonna lose or win on who sent the letter.
I will tell you, we had a conversation, and wherever we have anything that is dealing with like traffic stuff, I had her, if she puts the letter out, notify me or send me the address and where she posted it, so that we're aware of it when it comes in. And then we can actually take that as a complaint and go out and put a parking site on that, or whatever needs to happen with that.
And Sheila, if you're looking at any ordinances that we need to clean up, let us
Several,
know. Yeah,
but yes.
Well, that's where
And
I'm
that could be
getting
one
with
of
this
them. Yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
yeah, there may be
Is
something
there's
there.
no clear directives.
Because maybe, yeah, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not a lawyer either. Maybe it should be more general instead of being that specific. Because if you're specific, now you're held to, you know what I mean? If it's more general, anybody can do it, you know what I mean? So
And
we
that's
might
where-
wanna look at that and get our lawyer, taking a look at that, our solicitor. Should we make that more general than this person is the spot person, and then this person does this part, instead of just saying it will be handled by,
Yeah, there's a lot of that could be cleaned up,
yeah.
that I've seen as I'm going through it more and more. There are things that are missing that
Yeah.
would really help
Yeah,
the
whenever you see
village
something like
in
that, let us know.
enforcement or whatever. Well, I'm sorry, David, what were the other one? There was the litter
The
one.
litter one, the part 3, which is specifically labeled traffic code. So like the trailers, I think a couple of them were double parking in driveways and stuff like that. I guess the big thing is when you read like, let me get my notes here so I have it all correct. The one part specifically says police chief or his designee for enforcing that. And I even spoke to a couple other law enforcement officers, and they're like, no, we are the ones in charge of enforcing the traffic code, because that's the police. You know, like, we wouldn't send you out to run the traffic camera because you're not an officer. So I just want to make sure that somewhere in there,
How do you think, David, we should clean that up?
I think we need to go through it all, because
Yeah.
the way it reads to me is we live in Aurora. Our property values, our schools, everything doesn't reflect Aurora. Like, I know we have to need some type of zoning and, you know, stuff to keep places looking good and all that. I'm not opposed to that at all. But, you know, like some of these violations, you know, and it's in the code, but double parking in your driveway, like the chief said. Back in the 70s when these houses were built, dad went to work, most, mothers stayed at home, raised the kids. Nowadays, kids can't even afford to move out, so you got 3 or 4 cars in the driveway, and where do you go? Where do you park?
Well, and that was the reason of, the one where you mentioned the 10 days or whatever, that was inadvertent. I was not meant to put that in there, because the letters were meant to just alert people and show them what I'm seeing and how it relates to the code, right? So if they have questions, if they tattletale and whatever they do, or they come to me nicely, which has been quite the myriad of things, but I was gonna wait for the enforcement part when you got to their 30 days or whatever, and I will have done whatever research. Hopefully the solicitor would be here, I talked to the chief, then I could say, okay, well 50% of people did right, it's gone, but these 50 now, we've got to whatever enforcement. Or maybe they need more time, and that's fine too. So that enforcement part was not meant to be in any of them, like I said, because I wanted to wait until maybe half the people didn't need one. They did what they were needing to do.
Yeah, in the ideal world, they fix whatever you tell them.
Right,
and
so I was
they
taking it in stages, that was my plan.
Yeah.
And it made sense to me, because, the letters come as a surprise to most of the people anyway. I've been parking like this for 20 years, but you're driving over the water shutoff now. So we have a problem, and that's rampant. So, it was an alert letter, and then you catch their attention, and like I know there's some people that have some handicap issues, just a couple, and so you work with that, you figure it out, but if they're parking so close to their front door that EMS, fire, and everything else is an issue, now you gotta figure that out. Okay, well, how much room can we give them? But they're individual, the vast majority are just, you can't do that, but there are extenuating circumstances, but the letters could go out and say, yo, and then you go from there. Again, the enforcement part wasn't there. And if there's some change in the chief versus me versus, definitely work it out. The code, like, for instance, working on some of these commercial ideas, the commercial code is really lacking. It says what's commercial, C1, C2, but you have, let's say, a commercial building here, or a business. Maybe they're doing some things that they shouldn't be, as far as keeping it nice, stacks of tires or whatever. That's uncomely, right? So there's nothing in the code that I can see that says in commercial, you have to do thus and so with your commercial property. So that's lacking, C1 and 2. But yeah,
What I can tell you, just from sitting here the last few years, I know that you guys have questioned what has been it, because it didn't get posted or put in the ORC sometimes, from the other fiscal officers that had done the council minutes. We probably need to go through our ordinances and our zoning stuff at length to see if it fits.
Yeah.
And there probably ought to be a committee that does that, and maybe have some people from, like, and maybe that's what you can do through that. But
yeah.
I think reviewing it would probably be a good idea, because there's stuff in there that probably shouldn't be there.
Well, and the parking in the driveways the way that they are, it was osmosis, right? You start having more cars, you throw down gravel, you're good, it's my property, I'll do what I want, but that's not zoning, and that's not good way of living in a municipality. We're not Appalachia, you have a village with codes, and a good code section that's enforced is an asset, and it keeps people safe, keeps property values up, right? So fix that, and that's why I put on there, the first few letters that went out, I didn't put that in, please come in and get a driveway permit or whatever, and I know the weather's not good. Again, it was just call us, let's talk about this for spring kind of thing, but that needs to be done, because people, they're all across like this, their front and their driveway, some of them. That's not okay, right? So, especially when the water shows, and you can clearly see that they're driving over the sidewalk in some cases to get to that spot in the yard. And in some cases, the water shut off, it's just right there. The apron has been, chipped away and gone, and, so. But you can set the rules however you want, but that's what's happening. Give them more room, let them come in, get a driveway permit. I asked Ryan to look at the driveway permit as it was, it's 4 pages now, to tweak it, see if we needed anything added, taken away. The last person that had that originally was Tom Brett, so that's been a few years back, his name was on that one. But, I asked him if he would maybe let Rob look at it, since he's always so magnanimous, he's like, oh, okay, spend money. I'm like, don't spend money, just, if you know someone that's an engineer, can we tweak this?
We should probably get some kind of a committee together with Sheila and
For
review
zoning.
that.
And I think
Before, especially before spring, because that becomes a hot time for zoning.
So I guess my question going forward, these were all dated 30 days, so is that still in full effect? Because we got a snowstorm coming, and it's middle of winter, and we got these right before Christmas, and
Yeah, so, I mean, that's up to you. A lot of people have called and said, yeah, I'm sorry. The ones that are parking dead in their front yard, right? You can't do that, right? So let them, whatever you want to do. The violation was clear in my mind, so if you want to tweak it, tweak it. Do you want that driveway permit to be, I don't know, not, just whatever you want. That was the process, because the yards are getting torn up, and neighbors are saying, oh, there's 6 cars right here next to my property line, what the heck, they're not supposed to be, right? And you have a problem on Oak Circle, I think it is, Chief's aware of it, where they are running a full-fledged business and maybe some other things going on in the middle of the night, waking neighbors up with, they're bringing in cars on tow trucks and stuff, and moving other ones out. There's lights and cars, and they park in the middle of the circle. I have the pictures. I didn't take them, but the neighbors. So that needs addressed on behalf of the neighbors, if nothing else. I mean, besides the violations. So.
2 more questions.
Yes.
When people approach you, I've had a lot of comments and text messages that you just jump in your car and leave. Can we be a little more personable? Hey, just so you know, I'm with Village of Windham,
I've never been approached. I've never been approached.
Okay, well, this is just what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
So,
and it was said that I was on someone's property. That's a lie.
I don't know all the details, I'm just going off what I'm,
Thank
so
you,
if we
but it
can
didn't
just,
happen.
if we could just be a little more personable.
Well,
If
there
somebody
was nothing
does.
to not be personal about.
Right.
So, I mean, yes,
Okay,
I would do that.
thank you.
But if someone approached me and I had my back to them, I don't know, but I don't know of anyone that approached me. I approached Ryan and, I forget his name, Andrew, when they were working in the street one day. I mean, no one has come out. They look at me funny sometimes, but they're just curious. They don't growl at me or anything.
Well, that's good.
So, I just continue about my business, so. And the pictures are, I think, helpful. As a matter of fact, there's a person down on Maple Grove that has kind of big backyard, and the fence has been falling down for a while, and you can easily see that. And so I sent him a letter, super nice, and he calls me, I know, I'm sorry. And he's told me how he's gonna remedy it. As the weather broke, each time the weather would break, they were gonna work on something. And so, this morning, he called me and said, I just wanna tell you, I'm really glad for your pictures, because I've been trying to get the insurance company to help me and to cover this for a year, and they won't even send an adjuster out with his fence. So he said, I'm gonna use them. If they're coming from the village saying my fence is a mess, then, so that was good. Personally, people call me, they're fine. There's gonna be 2 types of people. The people that run here, and then the people that call me and talk to me nicely. So, and there's been a lot of that. I can't make either one do what I want, so.
Right. Okay, that's all.
The property, again, the commercial code is lacking. And I think if you get commercial properties like you want, and people coming in here, businesses, you're gonna want some say. you know? I think Windham will do fine someday again, but commercially, we'll be more ready. But, and then I was planning on couple buildings that need addressed to be demolished, and they've been addressed before, and nothing really got done, so that had been on my list.
Not my house, right?
No, you're good, you're good. So, the other thing is, and this comes as much surprise to you as me, but I have a health condition now that it's immediate and long-term, so I think it'll be fine in the end, because you know, but I have to make immediate changes, and so I want to help Chief do what he's doing. I have a couple phone calls to return, and I'll stick around to help whatever I can in the meantime, maybe with the art thing, follow up with the building department, get him straightened out. So, but it's not, I can't continue as the zoning inspector. So I want to, I like it, notwithstanding of the, I really do, and it fits. And I know the chief and I were gonna get a lot accomplished. But just be looking for someone else. If you wanna post it, that would be great.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I put most everything in, and the people that have called me, I've put notes here. My writing isn't the best, but they're on top here. Then people that maybe addressed you or didn't address anybody else in this pile. The zip drive with all the letters that I have that I had sent in. I don't know how many of you have seen the letters, but someone can give you a copy of the zip drive if you wanted to look at everything. So you know I'm not completely crazy. But also to hone what you're doing down the road. And you may see a picture and say, well, that's not that bad, you know, but there's a code that you want to change to make it what you want.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry for just grilling you through all that.
No, I didn't want
that first.
I didn't, like I said, I had questions, and, you know, personal and professional relationships need to be separated.
Exactly,
so.
exactly. And I told my mom, you know, I didn't want to leave it hanging. I did what I said I was gonna do, and I'm only 50. I know, I'm only like 57% done. There are people that didn't get a letter that really should get like over by you. I didn't get to. I was told to stop.
I wasn't gonna ask tonight.
I know. I was told to stop writing letters. There's still a lot of letters. You may say, oh, is it in your pile because they need one?
Right.
I had to stop. So I did. And but you have a good template, and it can be tweaked by whoever.
Yeah.
Right.
You know. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sheila.
Thank you, Sheila.
But I felt I needed to come in if you had questions and answer. I signed them. I wrote them. So I wanted to answer to them, you know, and then whatever shadow we do from here. Yeah.
Okay. Housing. Thank you, Sheila.
Mm-hmm.
Mel's not here.
Mel's not here, but can you reach out to Mel and ask him for like a copy of what, I guess, lack of better terms, were done last year, the list, like the addresses that were done last year, just so somebody comes in and says, he had 25 left, why weren't these ones done? We can say, hey, you know, these are the ones that people won't let us in and stuff like that, just so we have something available to us to answer to our constituents.
Okay.
Now, if that happens, the recourse, then they don't get a permit, right?
Well, that's the other question I kind of had too, is, you know, it seems like every year we have 25 or 20, like that number around there that won't cooperate. Then what?
Yeah, well, they shouldn't be able to rent.
No,
Right.
they shouldn't be
But
allowed to
you
rent
can't
it.
just kick somebody out of their house, so it's like, how do you, if they don't let you in?
Well, I think that's a
You know,
question to the solicitor.
right,
Yeah.
how do we go
But I
about
think
that
there's a
process?
process, that person is either fined on a, until they-
Landlord.
But I think
Yeah.
it should be the address, like Sheila said before, not the person or the LLC, because the address is the one that's not gonna change.
Right.
I can sell my property to my brother, change the LLC, and now I'm good for a couple of years. It should be the property, the actual parcel number,
Absolutely,
to keep track of that.
yeah. Yeah, because there's gotta be recourses if they don't allow you in, because that place may be unsafe
Right.
for the occupancy,
Mhm.
and we don't want, you know, something bad to happen, because, you know, we didn't
Yep,
follow
absolutely.
through.
Ryan, does anybody have anything from Ryan?
The only thing I have, the furnace went out in the maintenance building, and they had Phillips come out and look at it. I don't know if it's gonna be repaired, or if they're gonna have to put a new furnace in.
Oh, they haven't.
I didn't get any communication.
I also know that when we did the parade of lights, the Resner heater in the front entrance was not working.
No.
So if we could have him call Phillips for that as well, because I know there's some birthday parties coming up that's been rented out for. We have the farmers market.
Potentially,
Potentially.
February, yeah.
Yeah. So I saw that was just posted. I would like to make sure the building's heated properly.
I think when we did that contract with Phillips, they come out and do servicing in.
I remember, yeah, I found that one the other day. It
Where's
said
that
some
at the
two
community?
members, they go
Where
through
when you walk
service
in the front
everything,
door?
so we should
They probably
definitely
should come through and service all
find
of
that.
it, yeah,
That was after this furnace went out, remember?
yes.
Because it was really cold in here that day for a council meeting.
Oh, yeah.
There was icicles growing.
Yeah, I think we have a service agreement, I'm not sure, you might wanna look it up, but I think,
I'll try and find it home and let you can, do we have a file for Phillips?
We met, I just did a quick email search and I didn't see anything, but I'll check
Okay.
the file.
Last chance for council or guest.
I got something.
Go ahead.
All right, record retention. I did reach out to the Portage County, Commissioner Billy, but they would send me to the records department. She sent me a bunch of emails. This is a copy, it was revised in 2000, but this is just a suggested thing for our records.
Yeah.
We need to update our record retention to add audio, visual, video, stuff like that. We need to sign off on it because the people that signed off it before are currently not on council. So we need to do that. I've got R3 forms to go through the garage and do all that. We have to send it, once we're done filling all these out for those files in the garage, we have to send it to the historic, ohiohistory.org. We could email them to them, we could send them by mail. You wait 15 days. They'll let you know if they want to make something that's in there historic or just leave it the way it is. You can just get rid of it. If they don't want it to be historic after the 15 days, they'll let you know and then we can just get rid of them. So I'm willing to go in there, write everything down, do all that jazz, but we do need to update it before we do anything.
Yeah.
I'd like to update it and have the council members, new
Now,
council members.
on the one we did before, the retention,
Yeah.
does it have certain records we're allowed to get rid of after X
Yeah.
number
Yes,
of years?
everything's listed, and the
Okay,
only
good.
thing that we don't have in this one is
It's the newer
visual,
stuff,
yeah,
yeah.
video and,
Email or texts
Yes,
and,
yes.
yeah.
Angela, talk to the solicitor, because I just sent that over to him, he wanted to review it.
Okay.
He did say a lot of places don't update them if it
Yes.
doesn't pertain to them.
Yeah.
So if we don't have to do it, I wouldn't, but I would definitely.
yeah, yeah.
When he's
She
here.
did say, because I asked her, I said, do you have an updated version? Because I'm new to this, I don't know. And she says, they don't really update it, sometimes the state makes changes. She goes, if you guys are good with what you have, you can stick with what you have.
Yeah, a lot of them I saw with the audio or the texts, every 3 months you can
Right,
purge them.
right. But I figured this way we could sign it, once everybody's on the same page, then we could just,
But I think all our employees should be notified if it's been, so we have a process that after 3 months,
right.
you can purge your taxes. Because otherwise, somebody could say,
Yes,
wanna
if
see
you
it.
have it, and they request it, you have to give it to them.
it is a fact.
So, I've got all that paperwork there, and then I figured that we can go over it and add the audio and video and stuff like that, and then I could get
Yeah,
busy
that's
over it.
great, because
That way we can start putting our equipment in there.
now we'll have about 10 years worth of work just to go through those boxes and start We probably have stuff back to the 1950s in there.
Well, we definitely do because of police
Yeah,
cases.
On that topic, going into the records requests for videos, I think we need to jump on that and start charging, because pretty much everybody around is doing that now.
Can you get us copies
I
of
will-
legislation?
I will dig into it.
'Cause-
Yeah, we were back and forth on this, weren't we? About
We
it
were,
being legal
and we
on
were
your
worried
phone.
about
Yeah.
certain things, but it's been, everybody's doing it now.
Is that all you had on that?
Yeah, that's all I had.
I have one thing for you real quick. The questions about the speed cameras,
Yes.
because, you know, we have discussed the pole cameras.
Yes.
Have you got anywhere with that? Because that's something I think we could all agree, I'm even on board now with possibly doing a couple pole cameras to increase revenue.
You talking about from the meeting
Yes,
that was brought
where
up?
the gentleman
So,
had
yes.
questions, you said you were gonna discuss.
I did look into it, and in 2017, it went in front of the Ohio Supreme Court. And the Ohio Supreme Court said at that time that a home rule jurisdiction cannot be told how to enforce their traffic laws. So, the 2025 rule only applies to townships and counties.
Okay, so are you guys okay with exploring the
Yes.
possibilities?
Yes.
I'd just like to see our solicitors,
Well, yeah.
okay that, because obviously, it's gonna be far more efficient, because the other one, you can't see anything at night.
Well, when you hear 102 miles an hour through our village, it really.
Yeah.
And when you
So-
witness it, it's another thing too, they're
Uh,
flying past my house.
Two things. I would like to also revisit our fines for the cameras. I think that if somebody's going 102 miles an hour,
Oh, yeah.
they should get a $10,000 fine. And I'm exaggerating a little bit, but not by much. And I'd like to see them go to court and try and fight it, because that's,
No, and that's
That's
something we
reckless.
would have
Yes.
to, I would address that with the companies, with the courts and
Okay.
everything else, because
Yeah.
that's who ultimately
yeah.
comes up with what's
Okay.
deemed necessary for a fine and cost. I mean, honestly, it's a civil thing and it's not a criminal thing, so I don't know how it would elevate the cost.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the other one is, can you talk to the company and see what options, and maybe even bring them in to discuss
He's
that when our
willing to
solicitor
come,
is here?
he's willing to come in and speak, so I could have him at the next meeting if you want him.
Are you
And,
guys
I mean,
okay
I'm not
with that?
opposed,
Yeah,
I'm not opposed.
Our solicitor be here, then we don't have to call, email,
Right,
and
right.
anything else. It can be, boom, you're right here, let's talk.
That's fine.
Anything else? All right.
Yeah, I did, I just had a quick question. The fencing on the impound lot, that
Yes.
stuff is, do we have an alternative that we can use? Because,
We're working on it.
So.
I mean, I know, and I know it's. the
Zip
weather
tie.
No,
is
it's
horrible,
driving me
but-
nuts, and the wind has been ridiculous
It
this
has.
winter. And the zip ties they sent us are real small, and then I was out there trying to put them all through, and I did about 300 of them, and my hands started
jeez.
cramping.
I'm gonna,
Only 300?
there's
Yeah.
gonna be a couple of us, I've already talked to a couple people, we're gonna show up one day when it's not real windy and try and, because it looks bad.
If you
Well, I
got-
know, but if we have those plastic, don't they have
Yeah.
those, like the
The
siding that
slats
you
are
slide?
not cheap.
That
Yeah, that was my question,
really
like-
Very
expensive.
expensive.
You have to weed them through, it's time consuming.
Oh,
Yeah, I
gosh.
did it for my dad's car lot, so, yeah.
So you know.
Oh, yeah, we did it out in Freedom, that, where Hopper Construction is.
Mm.
That was my dad's car lot, and we did that whole thing.
Oh.
How many days did it take you?
Years, baby, years.
It's
Like days.
So with the finger cramping, I tried to cleave it in, yeah.
So I've been
So that's why.
thinking about trying to get either the metal ties that we can twist, or get thicker zip ties. Cause I don't think the tarps are tearing, I think it's just the zip ties were really small.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe get
That was
that in
just-
case.
and we've had 37, 40-mile-an-hour winds, and we need to get something that'll stand up to that. And it might even be something, we gotta put a slit or something in those so the wind can go through them, like you see on some of those bigger ones.
The election signs, do they have holes in them?
Because it's so tall, it's kind of hard. It's
Yeah, and
catch
we're,
all through.
honestly, I didn't realize how much wind came across that field. It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
yeah.
We can
Oh,
make
we've
money
had
by
incredible
selling
wind.
windmill.
Yeah.
When you're talking about
We need one of
50
those.
mile an hour winds, we've had a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
It's been ridiculous.
My trampoline was in the middle of my yard, it's
Yeah.
almost to the fence.
Jen?
We haven't touched it.
So we have that fencing in our yard, did get the heavy duty straps and I doubled them. And so far they've held
Okay.
through, like I doubled them on the top and bottom, cause last year half of our fencing was off. So doubling the heavy duty has definitely worked so far. And we even had pricked a few in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing has come off as of yet, so.
I'll tell you, with that 6-foot fence, when I was out there, the wind was blowing, I
Yeah.
couldn't get the zip tie through.
Yeah, you
and
can't
pull
do it on those days.
I
Which has been
tried.
most days.
Anybody else?
Good. Mary, do you still wanna be on planning commission?
Yes.
Is that an appointment?
No.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah, it's appointed by you. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I'm asking.
Okay,
Oh, was it really?
all
We
right.
got Angela, Sam, Dan's an alternate with myself, Mary, and I'll check with Greg,
Great.
see if he wants to still do it.
I did advise the fire board that you were an alternate to
Okay.
the village as well. The only thing, they weren't gonna go through the process of putting you on for signing
Yeah,
checks.
yeah. No,
I
no,
said that's
yeah, I'm
fine.
not doing that, yeah.
So,
Thank you for that.
yep,
If we do the planning commission for the zoning to look at the ordinances, can we have like a meeting where we sit down and maybe assign a section to each person
Yes.
to start reviewing and bringing?
Oh,
them
yeah,
up?
I think
We're
everybody
doing-
needs
Great
to.
idea.
call it workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah, like as quickly as possible, because Sheila has brought up some good stuff about needing to be done, and I do apologize for interrupting you. Did not appreciate your tone of voice, but I do apologize for interrupting you. But I think the quicker that we do that,
Yeah,
Well,
better.
so 3 council members can meet with the mayor or members of the public and all that without it being a quorum.
okay.
So you can have those meetings anytime, anywhere. When you add a 4th member of council in, that's when it becomes a quorum. Now it's a public meeting.
Now, do you wanna put some some people?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
On it,
absolutely.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that way,
Yes, we should put it on the Facebook and stuff and the
Yeah.
website to
honestly,
get
I think you
input.
should have more people from town
Yep.
than
Than
council
us.
members.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So they can meet whenever you need to meet.
Yeah.
This is a, like
Yeah,
a,
we've had,
Exactly.
New committee?
we've had hard
Yeah.
time doing
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, a new
exactly.
committee,
right. 'Cause
like the
planning
planning
is
commission,
specific.
yeah, planning commission only meets for specific events. I need a variance for my dryer, or my building, something like that. What,
Permits.
actually looking at overhauling our actual zoning and codified ordinances for that stuff would be a workshop session and stuff like that. With the community's input. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Oh, cause I confuse myself sometimes.
No, you made it clear now.
Okay. All right, anything else before we go to executive session? No? Okay. I'll make the motion to enter executive session under Ohio Revised Code 121.22 to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, compensation of public employee official, or the investigation of charges, complaints against public employee, official, licensee, or regulated individual unless the public employee, official, licensee, or regulated individual requests a public hearing. And I'm going to invite, for the first part, both fiscal officer and the police chief for the wages part. Until we get into, like, dive deep, like, so the beginning of it, so that way they're there to discuss numbers. Can I get a second?
Sherry,
Yes.
Scott,
Yep.
Sam,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Angela,
Yes.
David.
Yes, at 7:53.
Okay, is it okay for us to recommend to council to approve the filters for the wastewater? So he can get it ordered.
I didn't think we could do that during planning commission.
No, we're not.
No.
Yeah, we can, not planning
Or
commission.
not
We
but
would have to
planning
recommend it to go to the council.
We
to-
recommend it
Yes.
to council
Yeah.
to be able for Billy to go ahead and order those.
That's
The
Price on that.
36,500 one?
36,500.
If
Yeah,
it-
that's
if-
for all 120.
Yeah.
He said we could do 60 right now for
Yeah.
50.
Mm.
You could do,
But he's got.
He has
needs
to.
150.
Okay,
Okay, we're back in open session at 9:05.
all right, I guess make a motion to forward the pay raises to the next council meeting.
Yes. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Hey,
Aye. And then we're gonna post the zoning inspector job
Yes.
yes.
and,
Make a motion to authorize Billy for the filters for the.
oh yes, I'll make a or you can make a motion for the filters.
Oh, I'll make a
Are we doing
motion
one
to,
or two?
I think only, well,
If you
one-
said 60, I'm okay with,
60's 15,000, the 120 is the 35,600, I think, yeah. I've got the paperwork.
My
36
recommendation
fine.
would be to do the 60 for now. And
yeah,
Yeah,
if he
just-
says 60, it's his budget, he knows. like,
Right,
I don't have that here to like see what numbers are available, but yeah, I'm okay with 60 if that's what he said.
so just put it on the motion to put it on the agenda for next meeting for the
Recommend
60
it to
filters.
council, yeah.
Well, when we was talking about that, I asked Dee, and his unencumbered amount, he had 120 at that time.
Yeah.
And that was 2 weeks ago.
That's without salaries and everything.
Yeah, that was just unencumbered.
Yeah, and we don't get more money until April,
I don't know when we get,
right?
I don't know when it comes in from taxes.
Yeah, it should be April. I would, yeah, I'll second
At
your
least that-
motion
okay.
for 60.
Okay,
All right,
Media
wait just a
panels,
minute.
that's what it's called,
David.
and gaskets.
yes.
Who seconded pay raise?
Me.
Sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say everybody.
And this is Dave, yeah,
And then
for David for Bill's 60 filters, and whatever those things that go with it.
gaskets.
Gaskets, media and gaskets.
Oh, and I'll make a motion to move to council for a 5% increase yearly, so we don't have to revisit it each year. And that'll be a 3 read.
Motion to what?
Put a 5% increase for water and sewer
Utilities,
rates. In a yearly fashion, not have to go through it each year. Automatic increases.
Okay, what do we do about moving, more money to the sewer from the water?
I think the
How do
utility
you-
persons,
Yeah, how do
the
you
guys
fix
are
that?
need to look at that and see
Yeah.
what,
That'll fall under utilities too,
yeah.
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 which I think that's me, you, and Angela,
Mhm.
to
Yeah,
get
go,
that,
please.
figured out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Whether
For a
give it
set.
that- Well, I guess you could be a part of it too,
Yeah.
cause you're finance, to figure out, hey,
how,
we need more going to sewer than we do water,
Yeah,
right?
like I
To
said,
make
one
sure.
of the things that Garrettsville does, which, what it will destroy, a lot of people won't like, it's gonna raise,
The
we're not gonna have any more $30 bills.
And that's what's killing us.
It is,
Yeah, it
literally.
is.
It is.
They put, and this was years ago I looked at it, but I think they start with a $60 sewer fee,
Yes.
and then the water's cheap.
But it helps out, the more gallons you use.
Right.
The less you have to pay.
And it's absolutely, because we beat up families in this village.
Yes,
Where we have people, 4 or 5 people in a household, my goodness,
yes.
you're
You
paying,
pay a lot.
you're paying a lot.
Mhm.
I'm paying like $38 a month. I mean, that's ridiculous.
You pay that?
I mean, that's
that's
all I
water
got.
and sewer?
My water and sewer's like, maybe it's
How?
45.
I think you
I-
need a new
I-
meter.
I pay more than that for water.
I am not,
With the
never
next on the list.
home. I'm running about 1,000 gallons.
Wow.
I think you need a
2,000.
meter.
What's that?
You need a new
You
meter.
I probably do need one,
I think
but
you
it's
do.
been that way forever because I'm never home.
Right.
Well, yeah, that does help.
And I think also the tap-in fees is something that we need to look at. Our tap-in fees are only.
2,500?
5,000.
Like,
Yeah, I've got
But
it written down.
that doesn't
somewhere,
cover
too.
anything. There's lots of other communities are charging $10,000, $15,000.
It used to be 500 and we did bring it up to 5,000.
But that doesn't even cover.
No. Can you look, write that down? Angela,
Yeah,
cabin fees?
actually, I have it written down somewhere, but I can't.
All right, well, we have everything that needs to go to council, right?
Yeah, just that,
All right,
3 of them.
I'll make a motion to adjourn at 9:10.
Second.
All in favor?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Aye.
yes.